Okay, hi guys. This is Colleen. Thank you for watching this video. It's going to be about Valor. So Valor is a very, very, very nice smelling oil that's very popular, and I actually noticed how important this oil is when one of the leaders started talking about how it helped her, and I sort of like, she was like a big role model for me, so whatever she did, I did. And so when I first started using this oil, I thought I was cuckoo because I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how it's supposed to work. I didn't know. So hopefully this video will help you skip a lot of those mysterious things and help you use it in a more practical way where you can understand how it really works. At least for me, this is how it worked. So when I started using it, I never really used oils for this purpose, but I used it for my social anxiety. That's when I used it, because I thought, okay, Valor, it implies bravery and courage. And so I anytime I had to talk to my friends, I would just pull it out and I would start smelling it, and I would start putting it on my big toe, and I would start putting it on, like, it's blue because it has blue tansy. I would put it on my arms like this. You don't need to do all that. What you do with Valor is you just put a good old drop right there. You don't even need to. I mean, it's up to you. But I would just, and I don't recommend putting it in carrier oil unless it's like drop for drop, okay? But not more than that. So if it's like 2 drops of coconut oil to 2 drops of this, I wouldn't recommend it, because you want it to evaporate into the air, into your nose. So from what my understanding, the way that this oil works is you put it on your hand and you cup it over nose, and you breathe the oil into you. You breathe the scent into wherever you feel the tension, and you let it integrate into that area through your mind, okay? So just use your imagination, and you don't overthink it, okay? So what happens is that these molecules, so Valor is a blend of so many different plants. It has black spruce, camphor, blue tansy, frankincense, geranium. I'm not sure what else is in there. There's a lot in. Okay, so it's in the label. And these individual plants have molecules, and it's not just one. Okay, you have all kinds of different molecules for each plant that make up that plant, plus everything else that goes into it, okay? So these things go up into your nasal cavity, up to the sinus. At the top here is a nerve, and that nerve picks up on this information, and then it relays it back to the brain, the emotional brain. It skips the whole rational brain, goes into the limbic. That's where the magic starts to happen. So then now your brain knows what to do. It has directions, okay? And so what it does, it tells the rest of your body, hey, you are no longer in a situation where you are in danger. So then it helps you reframe. When the trigger happens, what happens is your brain tells you to calm down. Now you can calm down. And so it took me a few months of doing this. Every time situation happens and I'm like, okay, I got to use my Valor. I was very disciplined about it. I used it every single time, and I felt crazy because I was like, is this going to work? How's this working? Is anyone staring at me? This is weird, okay? But after a few months, in the beginning, I was like, oh, okay, Valor makes me chatty. This is what this oil does. It makes me chatty. And I didn't even think I realized I was having social anxiety. I think I just named it anxiety. And then I realized it made me chatty. So what I found out about myself is that I am naturally a chatty person. So after a while of using this oil, breathing it in, and using it incorrectly even, like applying it to my forearms, that's my cat. It started to help me change, and I started to not feel the same things, and then I no longer needed it. So that's the greatest thing about this oil, is that after a while of use, you don't need it anymore. So I was like, okay, I don't need this oil. Months go by and I'm staring at the oil. I'm getting more of it because I want to share it with people. And I'm like, then something else starts to happen. I start to realize that I get very frazzled, frustrated, very worn out. My nerves get burnt whenever my kids, you know, they stay with me or they stay with grandma a lot, because we toggle and I work a lot, and so I try to get some work done when they're with grandma, and then when they come back to me, it's like so stressful because I've got just the house cleaned, and then now they've destroyed the house and they won't eat the food I cook or whatever it is, okay? Or maybe they're whining or they're calling me mommy, 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 and I'm like, oh my God, my nerves. And, you know, the stress level just goes up and up and up. It never changes. It actually gets worse when it comes to the responsibilities. And so all I did was smell Valor. Anytime I was like right there, when I noticed, oh my God, I'm going to unravel. I'm going to, you know, fall apart here. I just took the Valor and I would smell it. And now, all of a sudden, my kids, it just didn't bother me as much. You know, they could run around, tantrums, go crazy, and it just didn't bother me. And they have the same demands, and I just kind of chill about it. Like, I just glossed over. Like, my nerves had like this myelin sheath. Like, it had like this coat of armor where it's like, it wasn't affected. So, okay, so that happened for at least a month and a half when I noticed that happening. And every time it happened, I just smelled the oil. And every single time, I was like, wow, it works. So it's like, oh my God, I'm at level 10, 3, 4, 5 times over a given month and a half. And, you know, it just didn't bother me after every single time. And then I started noticing, wow, my kids are behaving the same way that they used to, and I am not affected. I don't need the oil. I don't need to get up and get it because I'm lazy, okay? I'm not lazy, but, you know, when you're like on the floor doing your kid's hair or something, you just don't want to get up and do anything else. You just want to do whatever it is it's in front of you. So there are a few times where I was like, I don't need to get it. I'm okay. And now I'm realizing that, holy cow, like, this is another situation that I'm overcoming with this oil. So that are 2 experiences that I've had. So over time, you know, I'm not sure. It's scary, you know, it's scary. You're like, how long is this gonna last? How long do I need this for? It changes you. You really have to stick with it. You got to be disciplined about it. And you have to be disciplined. So when something happens, you got to go for it. Okay, you got to go and get it and actually smell it and feel like a cuckoo bird. So that's it. That's my experience. And so if you can relate with that or have your own that you know you're dealing with, then this is the oil to get. And guys, I don't sell oils like a store, you know, you can use my link to get your own, and there are two prices. So here's the part where I talk to you about the prices and how to buy the stuff. Basically, you just use my link, and if you are a member, then you already know that you get a wholesale discount. If you're not a member, you get the retail price, which is more expensive. So if you just want to try it, just one bottle, okay, you know, go get it at the retail price. But if you want to start learning more and actually experiencing these products for yourself, then I recommend going with a membership so you can get the wholesale price. And you save 25%, and then if you enroll in the monthly rewards, where you order like $50 or more worth of stuff every month, it's like 50 points, then you start earning back 10-20 points every month, or 20% every month, and then you save more that way. So I cannot sell you this oil directly. The only thing you can do is use my link. And if you decide to become a member, there are two ways. You can either become a basic member, pay like the $45 fee, and then get wholesale price for life. And what that means is every year you just have to buy $50 worth of stuff every year to get the wholesale discount. I think it's either 50 points. Don't quote me on that. It's either 50 PV, which is around $50 every year to get the wholesale price. And, you know, a lot of us who love these products spend that much every 1 or 2 or 3 months. And then the other way to become a member is to get a kit. Now, the kit is 50% off the retail price. So it's $160 for 11 oils, a diffuser, samples, magazine, and it's hand-picked so that the oils are especially picked so that you have every single thing that you would need to cover like the entire system. They're not just random like oils that don't work for you. You will end up using all of these, every single one of them, when you really need it, and when you really don't need it. You may not understand how each of them works, and you may not see the value, but when you need it, you're gonna want it. You're gonna be happy that you have it. The diffuser is amazing. You're gonna find cheap diffusers elsewhere, but this one is a 10-hour diffuser. It has a 1-year warranty. But I love mine because it's very convenient. It dries up entirely when you use it, so it doesn't leave like a pool of water at the bottom, and it works very well. It doesn't burn the oils, and the mist is just right, so it doesn't bog the oils down. Okay, yeah, anyway, so that's all in my link. And so I hope you enjoyed this video on Valor, and I hope that I get to hear about your experience with it. It is life-changing, and please stay tuned. Remember to subscribe to this channel so that when I have new videos, you can be updated. All right, have a good night, guys.